59.2 miles. That's the distance separating Kimball Union Academy of Meriden and St. Paul's School of Concord. The schools are much closer than what initially meets the eye, though. 7 points. That's the distance separating the boys varsity hockey Wildcats and Pelicans in the New England prep standings. Tonight, the two teams meet in a battle of ranked opponents on a hockey night in New Hampshire. Hello out there, everybody. We are on the air, and happy hockey night to you all. We are live from Akerstrom Arena on the campus of Kimball Union Academy, a place that's been good to the Wildcats over the years. In the past 5 seasons, including this one, KUA has only fallen 8 times at home, 5 times in regulation. Part of the reason why they reign as 2-time defending New England champions. This year started a bit slow for Kimball Union, and after hitting a low point with a 7th place finish at the prestigious Whittemore Holiday Tournament. However, after finishing 7th at the Whittemore, the Wildcats have not looked back and are winners of 7 straight. As for St. Paul's, they continue to surprise, and led by goaltender Andy Barron, they have won 5 straight games as well. After upsetting Exeter Saturday at home, the Pelicans romped to an 8-1 victory over BB&N and are coming into today looking for yet another landmark win in a game where they are the significant underdogs. So glad you're with us, folks. My name is Ryan Murphy, and I'll be alongside you as we get set for this terrific hockey game to be. Why don't we begin with the starting goaltenders? And in net for St. Paul's is Andy Barron. His numbers are stellar, folks. He's got a .947 save percentage and a 1.88 goals against average. He's in the top tier in prep. He's actually 3rd in save percentage overall. It's a bit of a question mark as who will start for KUA coming into this one. Vici Kovaka and Zach Papasakis, I should say, have been splitting time, but it looks like Papasakis will get the start after Kovaka started last night and made 15 saves versus Governors in that 11-0 victory for KUA. Zach Papasakis is a Rockland, Ontario native with a 1.89 goals against average and a .919 save percentage in 8 games played, sorry folks, this season. St. Paul's will be skating from right to left. They're wearing white with a red trim, and KUA, the mighty Wildcats, will be skating from left to right. They will be wearing black with the orange and white somewhat striping, more like piping. And we're underway here from Whittemore Center or an Akerstrom Arena. Once again, so glad to have you along. And that's Kenny McElhinney on the puck down to our right. Owen Stadheim to the line where it's held in there by Felton, who shoots it into the corner. That puck got chipped around Griffin, and away goes Eric Simpson. He's chasing in there on the co-captain Felton, who moves it up the left side, and it's Arlo Merritt, the top line out there right now for KUA, and intercepting the puck is Taylor trying to cut in. Stepping up on him was McElhinney, and it's Merritt on the right side. McElhinney fended him to the boards. The puck comes loose to the face-off circle, and here's Julian Menez up the left side. He's going to take it for a skate as St. Paul's is changing. Menez just barely in across the blue line, and then a bit more. John Sackled's on the ice. He's on the right side as that Menez shot comes in, and it's steered aside by Papasakis. Puck in the corner down to our left. It's a corner I can't quite see, but you can see on the camera. We had a tight spot for this evening's game. It's going to be icy against KUA, and slashing the stick out of the hands of Paul Dorr at the last second was Max Dumas. Bit of a chop there. Dorr looking for a penalty, but none forthcoming. As we're right above the St. Paul's bench below us. And not at center ice where I'd like to be, but we had a good spot for tonight's game. Right in the stands pretty much. Face off to the light of Papasakis, and Ty Greens to take it. He won it, the puck to the goal. John Sacklad couldn't catch up to it. Cutting him off was Felton on the wall. Trying to step around here is Hatley, and he will. KUA into the offensive zone, and that's Seth Stadheim out there working in the corner. The two Stadheim brothers, one on each side, and they both wear number 9. Owen playing for St. Paul's. He's a sophomore, and Seth's a 4-year senior here at KUA. Puck knocked deep here out of his net to stop it is Andy Barron. Quickly right up there is Carabas. KUA skating well here. They're on pucks and they are aggressive. You can expect that to continue throughout the game. Here's Kyle Penny in neutral territory. Getting back to intercept that puck is Cooper Flynn, and he'll just cap it off for Bryson Russell. 16:20 on the clock here at Akerstrom. And Russell will take a look and begin from his own goal line. Long stretch pass. He finds Sacklad at center, who flips the puck deep. And St. Paul's will hustle for a change right below us as Penny picks the puck up around in the net, and he'll come out to the blue line with a nice little pass from Azura at center. Ends up back on the stick of Penny, who will knock it off a James Owens tape in. A one James Owens tape, I guess you could say. As a stretch pass from Sullivan, that's Schubert picking it up from Bussey's tap in neutral territory. St. Paul's works in deep in the offensive zone right now. Sullivan Mack had a tap on it on that left side. That's Bussey. Orn goes down. He was in a tangle with a Wildcat over there. D-to-D pass here. Jerome Deere catching up to it. He'll play it off the glass and back in below the goal line. I think the puck got tipped up but out of play over there. You might have been able to tell. I'm going to go with it was. Faceoff will be out to that right side once again. The next stoppage will get you set up for the players to watch for tonight's game. Just a bit of a teaser there. Usually like to do it in the first stoppage of the game, but sometimes I forget. You'll eventually get to hear it. There's Owen Stadheim out there right now. He took that draw but lost it. Picking up the puck though is Menez as it remains in the offensive zone. A KUA turnover is Stadheim going into the corner for it. Back for McElhinney. Across Harrison Sweet in front. He was looking for Stadheim, but picking that off was Zach Taylor, a telegram. That started KUA out to center ice, and the play is blown dead. It might have been a hand pass against St. Paul's here. That's what I'm going to go with. It's one of the only reasons this face-off would be in the offensive zone for the Wildcats, and it will be. So, must have been deflected at center. I do pay attention, I promise you. Bennett versus Stadheim at the dots. And it's won by Bennett. Here comes a shot off the draw, and the first good stop of the game by Andy Barron off of Arlo Merritt. Zach Taylor had a whack at that puck in below the St. Paul's goal. It'll be worked up the wall here. Menez in a tangle right there with Merritt. He's an assistant captain on the team, Arlo Merritt is. Stadheim takes the hit but makes the play, and here's Harrison Sweet into the feet of Simpson, but not out. Barron will play this one aside for his captain, Teddy McElhinney. That's assistant captain to captain. Stretch pass, standing on the red line is Simpson. Off the bench there was Flinton, but Simpson couldn't move the puck to him. Those two combined for a goal against Exeter, the first goal of the game. Flinton shooting for a rebound, and Simpson finishing the job. Both of them are riding point streaks as well. Simpson's 5 games and Flinton's 3. John Sacklad stepped into that puck. They're working now. Sacklad, a sharp angle shot, and it's near the side of the wall. Russell will just take a turn with it and move it back out to center. From Dumas to Flinton, but it missed him. Cooper's going to try to catch up to the puck, but he can't in time. Devin Newhook was in front of him, and icing is called against St. Paul, so we'll give you the players to watch now as the faceoff will come down to Andy Barron. And Sullivan Mack would be one of them. For KUA, he's got a 5-game goal streak going, 7 goals over that span, and a hat trick versus Vermont Academy on Wednesday. He's the team leader with 10 goals and has 19 points total. The other one is Tomas Majura. He's the team leader in points with 7, 19, and 26 total. He's the third in the New England Prep scoring race. Third to only 2 gunnery boys, Alex Jeffries and Robert Cronin. Those are 1, 2, and scoring. Cronin first and Jeffries second. That's Ty Green on the wall with a nice little move to get around Newhook. Green tried to center, but Newhook came back to take the puck away. Hammered on around Riley Drew. Up on him is Carabas, and he will negate the icing and get to the puck first. Drew takes him out of the wall hard. KUA faithful calling for a penalty. None forthcoming, but the Wildcats are on the puck. Back door, and Barron was down trying to tug at him behind him there. One Stadheim at the side of the goal, but Barron just played it well. And Stadheim wasn't able to tug it in on a tight angle. Chance along the goal line now, a backhand shot. Another one to the slot. It's ping playing around, right in there. And a fantastic stop by Andy Barron. He came across on the bouncing puck in the blue paint. And now Sacklad knocks it down. Look at us, the chance for St. Paul's the other way. They're going to the power play as well as an arm up as Sacklad gets the shot on. Great A after great A. The first scoring opportunity is this one for KUA. The first to Stadheim, and then the flurry that followed. Carabas had it, and he centered the puck. Nobody could really get a good shot off for the Wildcats, and now they will head to the penalty kill. I did not catch the penalty itself. but Andrew Noel is in the box on the far side of the ice. So St. Paul's a glorious opportunity to strike right back. McElhinney will hold this puck in after Halliday gave it to him. Puck will go in deep, and is Halliday going to be forced to hold it at the line? He will. Gives it for Stadheim, coming off the wall, threw it into the legs of the defender. That was Felton, and it's hammered the other way by KUA. Nice little rhyme there. Oh boy. 6:30 start time for this one. I was going to say it's a long night, but it has been a long day getting prepared for this hockey game between the two teams. It's been the pinnacle of the day. And when the pinnacle of the day is at 6:30, you got a long wait. Halliday was stumbling at the line, but he gets back up in time to hold the zone. Not for long here, as chopping it up and over the stick of Halliday is Zach Whitehead, son of Coach Whitehead for Kimball Union, Tim Whitehead. Halliday lost the puck at his skates, pushing this further is Ben Tardif. He'll come over to the right side. Sullivan Mack is in there with him. He's one of our players to watch, you'll remember. But it's Stadheim instead with the puck. He gives it to Sacklin, and they were trying to send Stadheim into the zone on that left side, but the pass was too far ahead of him. Here's Sacklin now in below the goal. He's going to cut near side. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage. Here's Bryson Russell. Max Dumas. Russell once more. The pass was somewhat inhibited there by Ben Tardif. He had the stick check. That's why Russell couldn't fire it all the way. And it's cleared by KUA, and right up with the puck is Sullivan Mack. He was wreaking havoc in the St. Paul's end. A little bit of a sloppy power play so far, but here comes Max Dumas. 3 wide for St. Paul's across the blue line. And John Sackle on the left side. He'll take a hit and push the puck in deep for Cooper Flinton to go catch it. They're battling away down there. 11 minutes to go when it's sent the other way by Kimball Union. Barron will settle it. Up there aggressively is Bennett. He's going to smoke. I think that was Barron out around the net. He followed him right through. Back to 5-a-side action, by the way, so St. Paul's officially 0 for 1 on the power play, and it's Russell making a turn at center. Getting his stick in there on him is Zach Taylor. There's Jake Sullivan right onto the stick of Drew Bennett. And into the zone she goes. That's Newhook. Merritt knocked down to the ice in the corner. It's chased up the wall. That's the top line. Zach Taylor, Devin Newhook. He's the defenseman actually on the line. The centerman is Drew Bennett. And I don't think I mentioned it's Merritt, Taylor, and Bennett. Those are the players. Hit hard. Down low is Russell. He goes down to the ice. They're battling away. The puck was underneath him for a moment there. It's Drew Bennett digging it free. Back to the line. Good pressure by KUA, but the shot got blocked into the slot. St. Paul's can't clear the zone. And on the right side with a wrister is Zach Taylor, but it's into the glove of Andy Barrett, and we have a stoppage. Kimball Union beginning to turn it up after they killed that penalty. Face off of the offensive zone here. Down to our right and to Andy Barron's left. And winning it cleanly there was the centerman, Joe Schubert. Right back to his defenseman, Sweet, who tried to throw it near side. Nobody was there initially. Coming over is Schubert, but he was all tied up on the wall by Stadheim. That's Stadheim knocked down by Schubert. Spinning away from a check-in low is McElhinney. All over him was Dorr. Still losing fun for Paul Dorr. And he was stopped by Barron and tight. The puck trickled in front of the net there. And a great opportunity for the Gatineau, Quebec native. And then lays a hit in low on McElhinney. KUA buzzing right now. 9:43 to go. Stadheim was all tied up in the slot. And the pass was behind him. Here goes James Orr the other way now. Puck up off the glass and in out to stop it is Papatsakis. Bussy coming through to the half wall, up to the line. Dumas unable to hold it in. He played it into the body of Whitehead, who looks to the rafters there. He thought he would have been off. The puck was going at a high velocity, though. I don't think he would have been able to catch up to it. I mean, maybe he would have. If he was, he would have been too close to the goal, maybe. And Paul seeming a bit nervous out there right now. The puck's just jumping over their sticks just a bit. KUA also doing a fantastic job of getting the passing lanes as well. There might be a little bit of both. Back to the middle here, getting tied up with Greed, and look at this, here goes Sullivan Mack on that right side. He's hot, and here comes Sullivan Mack. He's into the zone, back around the net with a wraparound, and it was stopped by Barron. The net is knocked off its moorings as the St. Paul's goalie went hard towards that right post. having a whack on it in front was Whitehead. But the whistle had blown. The line out there is Mishura, Mack, and Whitehead right now. I believe, though, they are 1, 2, and 3 in scoring for KUA. And they are. And that's not even their top line, folks. That just shows you KUA is deep, but a shot blocked by Halliday. Here he goes. That's JT Halliday on the right side, and I think he tried to stop up and thread a pass towards the middle for Charlie Culver instead of taking the shot on the right side. The freshman overcomplicating things just a bit there. And a great opportunity, but no shot registered, and we remain scoreless. I believe this is a pass that missed on the part of KUA. That's why there's no icing on the play. And coming from behind his own net is Newhook after the goaltender left it there for him. Intercepted at center by Stadheim. He's going to go right side, 3-on-2 right now. Stadheim into the middle for Menes. He knocked it down. Chases the puck in behind the goal now. Pass was just a bit too high. I think it was actually intended for Simpson on the left side. If it was for Menes, it was a poor pass, but I don't think that's the case. Over to the puck first is Merritt. Down to a need to stop it is Sullivan, but he gets away from him. And his defensive partner, Jerome Deere, will be there first. Stretch pass, and on the blue line, it's tipped in by Eric Simpson. 7:57 on the clock here, folks. My name is Ryan Murphy. Glad to have you along. The Saturday night game, the latest game of the day here in prep hockey. Taft Choate was at 6, but this one at 6:30. So I guess we could say it's our night camp, but it's no 10 p.m. Turnover on the wall. Chance for KUA. Coming on the right side is Taylor. He might have been trying to get the pass towards the middle. That's where Merritt was going. Nothing doing on the play. It's pinching in is Felton. Felton to the side. Felton shooting, and he missed the net high and wide. That was Christian Felton coming in from the blue line. He's a defenseman. And he saw the chance to walk, and walk he did right down Broadway. But he couldn't launch the shot on. Might have been deflected in front, but I don't think Barron got a piece of it. KUA in the offensive zone again. It's centered here, and getting in the way of the shot was the St. Paul's defenseman, Zach Taylor. Tried to let it go over the bottom of the right circle. Big hit there on Harrison Sweet as it's dumped back low by Felton. KUA having some good shifts right now. They've been maintaining most of the pressure. Up there to negate the icing is Simpson. St. Paul's unable to get anything sustained at the moment, and here's a lead pass for Stadheim. He blew an edge, so dropped it off, and coming in was Dore. There's a chance now for Stadheim. Stopped. Rebounds in front. They still take away and score. Andy Barron had to make a series of consecutive stops and could not make the 4th or 5th in the series. It is 1-0 Wildcats. And you can feel that one coming almost just a bit. Almost just a bit. You could feel that one coming. And I believe it's going to be Paul Doerr's goal. Initially, I thought it was going to be a chance lost there by Stadheim. Hold on a moment. Another chance here. The rebound's loose on the pad of Barrett. It comes free to the line. A deflected shot in front, and Andy didn't even see it. He had to make a save up high. Actually, it might have been blocked in front there. Sacklad's broken his stick, so he has to drop it and go to the bench. But KUA, a couple of series of pressure, or a couple shifts of good pressure. The one by the line of Stadheim, Dorr, and Carabas finally breaks the ice here in Meriden. It's 1-0. St. Paul's will get an ozone draw here, and James Dorn will line up on behind Joe Schubert. KUA attacks the net hard, folks, and that's where they've been getting their chances at the top of the blue paint, and that's where Carabas catches in. He put it right up and over the shoulder of Andy Barron, who was outstretched to begin with after making that couple saves. Here's Stadheim again. That line still on the ice, and coming up is Carabas. He tried to throw it in front for Stadheim, but the pass never made it to him. Here's Bussey trying to turn off the wall. He was impeded on the back check by Brian Carabas. 5:40 to play, and it's 1-0 KUA at home. Schubert's got his arm up for icing, so does Barron, and so does the referee. Whistle blown, and icing the call. Well, St. Paul's forced to play from behind here in this one. They haven't been particularly good when they've not scored the first goal. When they have scored the first goal, they are perfect. 9-0-1. But when the opponent scores first, they are 0-3. That accounts for all their losses so far this season. An interesting little stat there. St. Paul's needing to show their resiliency now. From here on out, on the road in Meriden. It's a stretch pass up the right side. Harrison Sweet to Eric Simpson and deep. Epitsock is playing the puck again. He's been out of his net quite a bit here in this first period. And it's been working. Knocked in by Pierre. McEloney pushed into the boards by Ben Tardif. Puck in behind the net, it'll trickle to Harrison Sweet, who will come out the left side and find Julian Menes back into the middle. It's Stadheim on his backhand for Simpson. Trying to go back for Stadheim, getting in the way of it is Tardif. Swinging at the puck with his hand is Simpson. That'd be a hand pass, so St. Paul's can't play it, and KUA will. And here comes Kyle Penny up the left side. The defenseman is rushing the puck, and he's in. Here's Penny, a shot, and it was stopped by Andy Barron. Comes loose to the line. New hook, waiting down low for Penny at the right circle. He turns off the wall with a shot. Was blocked by Ty Green in front. Now a battle. Tomasz Mazura in low. He's working over on Green. The two centermen are down low. And there also were Sullivan Mack and Max Dumas. And it's Dumas who finds the puck and gets it up for Cooper Flinton, who was taken to the wall. Lost the puck in the result. Back the other way. Here come the Wildcats. Whitehead moved it to the middle. And then ends up on the stick of Mack with a shot. Barron looking around. That puck had quite a bit of tartar sauce on it, folks. Andy Barron needed to make sure that the rebound didn't bounce loose under his wing. They have been popping loose just a bit in this first period, I'd say, indeed. But the KUA shots are coming with speed. They're shooting. Well, first of all, they're trying to shoot it by the goaltender. I think that's the name of the game, but if he does make the stop, those rebounds are going to be hard to control, or to control. We can say to control onto. Here comes James Orr at a one-on-one. Quick poke there by Felton. St. Paul's working in the O-zone, though. Orr will go in behind the net. Schubert now towards the middle. Bussey was in the corner for it. Orr trying to swing it in front. It goes across the slot, the bottom of the circles, and out the other side of the boards. Up and out now in behind Jake Sullivan, and up there trying to negate the icing, and he does a good job, is Bennett. Puck to the middle, getting in the way of the pass with a white jersey, and it's knocked out to center. I think that was Schubert who went down to a knee. I apologize if I'm wrong. Off the glass from Sullivan, he was trying to find Schubert. The puck stays in the zone though, chance in front here, and Barron will kick the net off again. The puck was bouncing nonetheless. I think Joe Schubert was holding his arm up like he thought he was offside. That was Teddy Griffin coming in from the line there. And had to keep the puck in with his glove. I was right along us. Unfortunately, we're not the video review source. I don't think it would have mattered, but of course in the National Hockey League you can challenge a goal for offside, so stay there with the puck at the net there. It would be interesting to go back and look. Schubert kind of hung around outside the zone there too. Another penalty upcoming here, and it's going to be against St. Paul's. And James Orn can't believe it. He's going to get caught for a high stick on the left side of the ice, and St. Paul's is going to head to the penalty kill. This will be interesting. High stick to James Orn. Anyway, we'll get their first opportunity on the power play. St. Paul's 0 for 1 on the red advantage themselves. Or didn't seem to think so. I think I mentioned that already. Here's Griffin on the drive. Just whistling wide of the cage around shin high. Again, shooting for a rebound. Shoot the puck low. Coaches say it all the time. That's Griffin once more. He let the bomb go once. Now it's on the stick of Mazura. It was blocked by Macklin. He couldn't find the puck, though, and Mazura has it again. Up top for Griffin. Back for Tomasz Mazura. Top of the right circle. Threads it on across. New hook. Up top, Griffin. Pass was blocked right to Mazura, though. I think that was Simpson getting in the way of things. A big block from the senior. To the middle of the ice. They score! It is Brian Carabas. Set play in below the goal line. They got that one-time pass off, and Carabas fired it hard to the back of the net. The second goal of the period, and with 2.5 minutes to go, it's KUA 2, St. Paul 0. Power play goal for the Wildcats, and it was a power play that looked good. It didn't take very long for them to cash in on that one either. Good tip off the wall, and Stathheim will profit. Here he goes on the left side, getting in behind Dumas. Barron will chip it away to the wall, and moving it ahead with his glove is Russell. KUA using the slots. And that was a good-looking power play goal. I believe it went from Major in behind the net. I'm not sure who it was behind the goal for KUA, but he moved in front to Carabas with some speed, and with some speed, it was in the back of the net, just trickling by Andy Barron, who could not make the stop. Offside here at the line against St. Paul's, coming up ahead. 1:54 here in period one, and it's 2-0 now on the Carabas goal. Brian Carabas and Paul Dorr have the markers here in this one. Knocking it down to the blue line and keeping it in was Taylor, but not for long. And Arlo Merritt will swing around in neutral territory with it. Eddie Griffin left side, and it connects with Bennett coming down into the corner on the far. Merritt works it in behind the goal. Schubert all tied up, sticking the midsection there by Merritt, I believe. Here's Taylor trying to chase the puck. He got there first over James Orr, who was awaiting it. KUA all over the Big Red right now, and here comes a centering pass in front, I think. Andy Barrett is bailing out his team, who is not looking solid in their own defensive end. Another net knocked off the post. He's getting the stoppages when he sees that St. Paul's is collapsing in front. .118 to go. It's 2-0 right now. I don't know if St. Paul's has a shot on goal this period. Maybe one. There's one by KUA that goes wide. The ones that Kimball Union is getting, they're getting good ones. I was tipped at the blue line by Whitehead, and it does get deep. Harrison Sweet is there first. We're about to hit 60 seconds to play here in the opening frame, and it's the hosts, Kimball Union, up 2-0 over St. Paul's out of Concord. As McElhaney lost the puck in low. Here's Sullivan Mack cutting far side. Dropped it in behind the goal. That's Majura in front of the net. They try to move it to Mack at the circle. Instead it comes back for Griffin, a drive. Big rebound in the slot. Swinning with it. There was Whitehead, who was in front of the net on the play, but he could not get the shot off. Here's Bussey trying to beat Griffin to the outside. He'll just smack it over this way. And Julian Menez will come off the bench to battle for it. Bussey will head off gas. Simpson in his place. Christian Felton with 20 on the clock. Sealing him over there was Simpson. Dumas will keep it into the line. We're about to we're approaching the end of this one. St. Paul's in the offensive zone, but not for long. KUA trying to get going. Maybe a chance for one last rush if they hurry. Nope. Back to the wall, and that will do it. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the play between the goal scorer, Paul Dorr. He's got the first one. And St. Paul's defender, Max Dumas. The second one was by Brian Carabas on the power play. And the hometown team, Kimball Union Wildcats, leading St. Paul's 2-0 after one.